insights right there with you. I've noticed the same thing. I started comparing the whole, I compared it to, I did a show a while back. I don't even know if it's still up anywhere. I think it's on my Podbean. It's on Podbean or iTunes. It's called Masquerade. And I did it during the summer, and I compared this obsession over masking with the tradition of the masquerade, and that it's almost as if we're being brought into a mass ritual. And because the reason I talk in that language of the cults, the rituals, is because that's actually how a lot of these secret societies and elites and whatever, that's how they think. And also you can see it. You can see that they know what works on the human being. They don't need to rewrite anything. They just have to reinvent things.
Oh yeah.
So what they do, as you said, guilt and shame, that's what corrupted the best parts of religion, which maybe in their original intention weren't meant like that, but they got corrupted over time, and all that. And it building in this mechanism of you're a dirty sinner, and the only way to achieve any kind of grace and in virtue is by self-sacrifice, immolation, and almost a borderline self-hatred. And the world is a dark place, so I'll just try to do my best until the afterlife. And then it's interesting when you take that schemata and you put it on top of this doctrine we're all being handed, which are, there's the slogans, you got all these certain slogans that we keep hearing over and over again. You have the, if you want to cross the boundary into Target or Walmart, which you shouldn't be shopping at anyways right now. Right. If you want to cross in, you have to do the blessing of the Holy Eucharist, of the hand sanitizer, and the approval of the right religious garb of covering your head to, in a lot of religions, they do that, and covering of your face. And talking about slavery, the number one symbol of slaves, it was the mark of a slave was muzzling them. So I went, if you put all those components together, and also what's another thing they do in, Guantanamo Bay and, through torture experiments and things like that, they isolate prisoners. They torture them through sounds, through that just start to drive you mad. There's just so many elements of what we're seeing that's embedded in some of these horrific practices that are around torture, slavery, etc. And so there are so many elements within what we've just been handed as a solution to a virus, apparently, that is actually building a global cult. And when you look at the ingredients of a cult, they're all there. I started with the cults like, Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones, Charles Manson, all these LA cults, freaky cults that kind of popped out of there. And then, the Process Church of the Final Judgment, the Order of the Solar Temple, which had a lot of solar Templar symbolism with it. And they're cults of death. They actually bring people in and they indoctrinate them through, they blind them with the light, and then eventually it ends up in either ritual suicide or murder, or you have to do something for the cult. And I went from there, and then I evolved it into, ancient cults, the cult of Aton, the cult of Set, the cult of Dionysus, the whole ancient world was all formed by cults. And then ask the question, did any of those cults go away? Are they still just as prevalent today behind the scenes as our religions are? Religion didn't go away.